Hello, dearest friends. It is time once more for a story. A nice guy story. Oh yeah, switching up a little bit there. It is a story... I don't know where I was going with that, but it's from Reddit user Calm City. There's a bunch of numbers, 5623. I like Calm City. I like the idea of just a chill city. I like your name. It makes me very happy. This is... Met a nice guy at a party about 5 years ago. 2 weeks after the party, I found out no one wanted him there. Oh, so he's just like a creep. Alright. Well, let's hear this story together. First of all, so glad I found this community, and I'm thankful for my own personal nice guy experience, because it taught me a plethora about the victim mindset, and that people like the one I'm about to talk about actually exist. Yeah, we tend to forget that because a lot of these stories are kind of, comedic or a little over the top, but yeah, no, these creeps are real. They're out there. Seriously, be safe, everybody. Yeesh. When I saw the victim mindset in action from him, this really helped me in my own personal journey. Anyway, continuing. About 5 years ago, I, along with a small neighborhood I was part of, was invited to one of the neighbors' houses for a casual social get-together. I know almost everyone in my neighborhood, so I figured it'd be a good idea to see everyone and catch up to the goings-on. Things were going smoothly until I started talking to this guy. We'll call him NG for short. Well, his introduction to me is all about talking himself up. He's 6 foot, goes to the gym, has a great job, etc. But while he's talking, he's also systematically trying to ruin my self-esteem and ego by saying things like, I bet you've never been with somebody like me, or I'm too good for you, or most girls fawn over me, and I bet you're not smart, and you're too pretty to be smart, or I bet you don't even have a degree, and most women need men, and you're not as pretty as you think you are, blah blah blah. See, there's a name for this that fucking pickup artist creeps like that use. It's called negging. The idea is that they try to break down your self-esteem so you're more susceptible to their advances. It's really, really scummy and fucking gross. I'll admit, I was mostly bored with the conversation and was trying to find a way out of it. Looking up at the sky, yawning, generally disinterested, and looking around for someone to introduce him to. But I'll admit, I was a little peeved at his suggestion that since I'm a woman and pretty, I can't be smart. Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. It's because guys like this don't actually have a personality. They have it prescribed to them by other fucking total hookup guys. Yeah, fucking douchebags. So I told him I have an engineering degree, which is true, and his reaction reminded me of a psychopath, no lie. For most of the conversation, he had a look that he had looked down on me, that he was far more superior. But for those few seconds that I told him I have an engineering degree, he looked down to the floor, and after 2 seconds, he immediately looked back with a full smile on his face and asked me, do you want to go to the grocery store and get cigarettes? You know.
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
I said, no, I don't smoke. Then for a minute or two, he argues with me about my life choices on not smoking. The fuck? Then, well, can I buy you something? I said, nah, I'm good. I don't want to go anywhere with you. It is then, at this moment, that he goes on this weird tirade about how all women want to be treated like princesses and to be bought stuff, and he'll treat me like a man, and no other man will treat me as well as he will, and that I should be attracted to him because he's 6 foot, and chubby, might I add, and he was also hurling insults at me, and I'm not that smart, even though I have an engineering degree, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, he went full fucking nice guy. Women don't understand what they want. I know what they want. Oh my god, this is fucking so stupid. Holy shit. I ended the conversation with, well, that's your opinion, and immediately got up and walked away because I was done talking to him. Good move. He then proceeds to do this very strange behavior that reminded me of a small child, in which he would do everything he can to get me to look over at him, and then he would just scoff at me. He started talking to other girls while constantly looking in my direction, and yeah, just weird. Yeah, he was offended that you were able to just kind of, like, ignore his bullshit and then just dismiss him. Because guys like this who listen to like that fucking pickup artist bullshit, the nice guys who actually believe all this shit, totally think that this just, oh, I'm gonna get laid all the time. And anytime they get rejected, they throw a little fit. If you were texting, he probably would have sent you 30 text messages and they all would have been incredibly vulgar. So I asked one of the other women at the party to walk me home, one that, ironically, he had been talking to while he was behaving like a child after talking to me, and she told me, as well, that she got some really bad and strange vibes off of him. So after I get home, my home is just a few houses down, I hear someone walking and standing outside of my house. My windows are open, so it's really easy to tell when someone's out there. And lo and behold, it was NG, who I had talked to earlier. He was talking with one of the other neighbors right outside of my house. Luckily, he didn't know which house was mine, so he was walking around the vicinity of the houses he saw me go into. He then proceeded to stay there and stand around until at least 1 a.m. Holy fuck, that's creepy. I know because I heard him keep talking to himself about all the great things he has to offer, and how could such a horrible woman reject such an amazing man, and I'm such a bitch, and blah blah blah. I'll admit, I was scared. Yeah, I fucking bet that's some psycho behavior. Holy shit, dude. That I had met such a delusional, scary, angry man who seriously needed to get off whatever he was on and go to therapy. Fast forward 2 weeks later, and I'm talking to the host and another neighbor, and the host told me that most of the neighbors were thinking about booting him out of the party, but since he was the son of a couple of the neighbors that were there, they didn't. And that the one neighbor who had talked to him outside of my place told NG that the party was over and that he had to sneak around the back alley to come back to the party to avoid NG. Wow. I hope you enjoyed, and if you are NG, please, for the love of all that is good and pure, know that you must love, accept, and heal yourself before committing to a serious relationship. Good advice. And if you are hateful towards women, look inside yourself and see how much hate you carry for yourself. Because if you hate yourself, it's time to take charge of your life and learn how to love, heal, and accept yourself. Thank you for reading. I'm glad I could finally get this off my chest. Peace and love to you all. Cheers. Well, first off, this dude sounds like fucking extra crazy. Like, I seriously believe he's one of those people who gets hopped up on that fucking dating coach bullshit. I actually do think that is where a lot of this shit came from. Because a lot of these guys do that shit, and that's like a thing. They understand the thing that they're supposed to be doing. It's a textbook thing. And they expect it to work every single time. Which, of course, it doesn't, because, you know, all of these things treat women as if they are basically like machines. You put things in and then, you know, put affection in, sex come out. That's what they expect, like a video game. But women are humans, and that's not how that works. Because humans aren't like that. So I definitely think that this was where a lot of that shit came from. And you handled this very, very well. And the fact that you were just like, yeah, you should totally, you know, talk to somebody, learn to love yourself, and then things will get better. That is a really, really positive place to come from. You really are Calm City. Holy shit, dude. You just kind of surprised me with that. I was not expecting you to be so chill about that. But yeah, that guy needs some help. And you're right about that. 100%. Also, seriously, be careful. If the weirdo's outside of your house, that's cause for alarm. But, with that being said, here's a question. Do you have a story that you want to send me? Well, you know that's an option. r/Moonhorse Stories. You can send it there. It's my subreddit. And if you'd like to see these things being recorded live, that's happening right now. I have a live stream. And that's what we're doing. Every Monday night I do this. So, not right now, depending on when you're watching this. I didn't think that through. I'm not so good at this. Anyway, if you'd like to support this channel, I have a Ko-Fi, which is like Patreon, but 1,000 times cooler. Just saying. And I have a merch store, which is like the best merch store on the internet. Most likely. I'm not 100% on that, but I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend, we do a whole bunch of streams, video games, and weird stuff on the internet. You're more than welcome to drop by. The links to all of these things, and many more things, are in the description underneath this and every video that I've made. Not all of them on YouTube. It would be weird if it was on everybody's video at the same time. I don't even know how I'd do that. Anywho, Thanks for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.